and welcome back to Bordersims. Today I'm making Furious Felix's bar, a bar run by a guy named Felix who has one eye and a big temper, but he's super cool so long as you don't piss him off. That is the owner of Furious Felix's bar. I wanted to make a bar very similar to Mad Moxie's from Borderlands 2, because, Mad Moxie, she's great. And I just thought, making a cool bar that belongs to someone like Furious Felix, very Mad Max, kind of name as well, would sort of make sense. And then also, there's a junkyard behind it. A lot of these places, they're all just big trash heaps that people just sort of turn into a business. And then they've just got all this extra space. It's like, we'll just leave all the garbage out back there. Some people can just go pick through it. So I'm just making the bathroom here. Very kind of simple, just have it's unisex, but I've just put these metal doors on because nobody cares. Got these metal doors. It makes sense, and then it doesn't really segregate them because the metal doors work better, and if we had metal gender bathroom signs or unisex bathroom signs, it would make a bit more sense. And it would sort of fit in with the theme a bit more. And I'm using the Strangerville, once again, this oh god, what kind of metal is this called again? It's the bunker wallpaper, but it's some sort of metal, but I've forgotten what kind of metal it is, but just making the bathroom is super simple, using those old vampire toilets, because I haven't actually used those, and I figured they'd be easier to use. Put a couple of those outdoor retreat sinks in. I think I just put in some really simple, just very simple mirror. And there's a lot of space in this place, but I make the bar, and it looks good. I use the wall lights from Strangeville because they look pretty good and they sort of lit the place up quite nicely, and you can see this, it's a small radius but it works quite well for it. And also just moving the fronting because it was a bit too big, so just got them on the sides there, and I just put them around the sides. I didn't use any CC for this. No, I didn't use any CC for Furious Felix's bar, so that'll be available to just download whenever. I'm just putting these lights up. It just lights up the place a bit more, and I think I just put one mason jar light right in the center. Just sort of make an idea that they just put these up and they found an old mason jar, just turned it into a lamp because it was all they had on hand to sort of make to have some sort of nicely lit area. And then just using the Strangerville stuff, using that really cool bar from Strangerville. That looks pretty cool. That sort of old signs all over the bar counter and on all the flags. It looks pretty good. And then using this using the back bit as well. I think that's pretty cool. Those pickled eggs. And using the Strangeville. Strangeville has a lot of good stuff that you can use for the apocalypse, as well as just small sleepy towns. And I think that's what I like about this pack, is it's very versatile, and you can use a lot of the stuff anywhere. And once again, using those little bath planters, because the gross ones fit to the theme a little bit more. I do have a bunch of other ideas I'm going to do. I did think about putting booths in here, but I took the booths away because I really wish that the devs, when they made the Dine Out pack, made it so booths could actually function like booths that you see in actual diners and stuff. And there's booths in Mad Moxie's bar, and that was kind of the theme I wanted to go with, but I couldn't really use those facing each other booths, so I just used these corner ones instead, and just fix them so they just sort of sit around here. This looks like a cool chill out area, and then I put a half wall there, so I could then put that massive arcade machine right next to it. And the arcade machine actually fits quite well. There's one that kind of looks apocalyptic-y, and it looks, do you know, that's very Borderlands-y, that art there, I just realised. And I put that little trash can in there, little sci-fi trash can. And I put the very simple TV up on the wall, just up there so you could have it, because you need a TV in a bar for some reason. And then just, once again, putting these booths in. I put that trunk there just by the door, so it looks like there was just a regular, somebody had moved in and they just basically put their trunk there because they were trying to set up shop in this place and turn it into the bar, which is what Felix does. And I just put in very simple, the cats and dogs chairs work very well because they're very worn and chipped, and that worked quite well for this place. It's very simplified and there's a lot of space, but it all sort of fills out nicely. I don't have any, I didn't put a goddamn dartboard in, that's what I forgot to do. I need to put a dartboard in, because otherwise you've just got, like, it's not really a bar is it without a dartboard? And there is a dartboard in Mad Moxie's. And then I put some graffiti on the walls. Like, they don't care if you graffiti the place or just slam posters everywhere. It's just like, this is the apocalypse. You know, what are you gonna do? So I got some cool, more, like, little graffiti things. Put these cool music posters up from Get Together that kind of fits the theme very well. And I thought about maybe using the Strangerville, like, access door, like someone had scavenged it. But I decided against it and used I think I used a different door. I used this big frosted door from City Living, just so it could, like, sort of, I think it was just more so that you could have the just so it fitted the theme, because there aren't really many other apocalyptic doors, and using that Strangeville door all the time for some places just doesn't really work. And then the place is slightly raised up, ever so slightly, not too much though. And then I had to make the roof, and I'm getting better at making roofs. I've always said that I'm getting much better at making roofs, because once you figure out how to make a roof properly, everything stops being squares, but this didn't stop this one from being squarish. But it's a very simplified design I was going with, so I was just trying to make it all fit nicely. Using that corrugated, I think that's the word I'm looking for, metal, using that on the roof and on the walls, and then I just had this small bit here, and I was like, what do I do with this one? So I did think about using this gabled roof, but then I actually used a half roof and just sort of melded it into the roof slightly, so it was the same kind of height and colour scheme. That worked a bit better, honestly. Anyway, you can see there it looks much better. And then just got to make the sidings there look better. And it looks pretty nice. Fits in nicely. And I think I just used metal flooring on the ground. I did use like an awning, not an awning, a spandrel for the hallway area as you walk into the bar, just to sort of open it up a bit more. And it's looking quite nice. I do put some sciencey posters in. I do put like a bunch of tanks just in this corner here, like they're just like propane tanks ready in case they need them. And they maybe use them for filling up like the lights, maybe. It's just to sort of fill up the space, put a bit of clutter in. More Krabby Bottoms. I love that little armadillo. Devs, can you maybe patch in a bunch more colour swatches for Krabby Bottom? Because 3 colours is good, but I feel like there need to be more. There need to be more colour schemes. And just putting in these posters in. These nice little simple sci-fi posters. And they look pretty cool. And the place looks nice and simplified. Like, it's very simple. It was put together nicely. Just filling the front bit with lots of, like, neon signs. Just like, they grabbed all the neon signs they could just to advertise the bar. And it's like, none of them make very much sense. But they all just, like, it's all shiny and bright, so you kind of get drawn in. And then using this open sign. I love this open sign because it works so well on, like, a lot of places in, like, a lot of lots you can use it for a lot of things, because the neon lighting is just so very, like, sort of, I'm not sure what the word is. I did think about using that alien, but I didn't in the end. And just fixing the signs and putting up, I put up this sign, the one with the drinks one on was fine, so I didn't need to change that swatch. And then just at the back we got, like, I don't know, Felix's trailer that he lives in. Maybe not, because this is all junkyardy bit. But it definitely Felix's trailer that he moved in and set up shop with. And then just, like, shrink down the sort of, like, plain arms. Put some, like, stuff down, mother plant things. And then put some bulbs down and strange plants. Because you can't actually, they only fit on that when it's on, BB Move Objects on. So I didn't really, like, I didn't have it on for this one, so I figured I'd be fine just leaving them off. And then just putting in, I wanted to find like a giant space rock, but I couldn't find the giant space rock. And I couldn't think where it was going to be. Because I was like, where is the giant space rock? 'Cause there's like a really massive one that you can use. So I just put in some like these science equipment things to make it just look like it was all scavenged and just abandoned in this trash heap. And then making the ground all nice and dirty and dead. Because that works pretty well for this place. And it's come together quite nicely. One thing I did enjoy about this is the fact that I got to try and, sort of use a really cool grungy aesthetic, right? Which I love about this build series is I get to use, is to get to try and use a specific kind of setting and use what objects I have to sort of make this work, because I'm looking forward to the next packs, and I hope the next packs will have some kind of, you know, maybe more sci-fi themes to it. But here are the photos for Furious Felix's bar. I might make Furious Felix as a sim and have him like hang about in the series, because I've got like a DJ for a radio station I'm going to do in the future. But if you like this, it's free to download on the gallery. There's no CC involved. It'll be free to download once this video's gone up. And in the next episode, I am doing a massive park, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.